Kwabena Edu Boahen, NSB, National Signal Bureau, abusuya. Cases a eye court no. Ehun nsem bebre na eba ene Kwabena Edu Boahen ne lawyer ekokopie mu ewo court. Eye lawyer aye friend no Akyea. Na omokokopie mu wo court no. Akyea ono de ma judges ne hu se ene obepie mu wo court no. Onyanya de a wa prepare na even kran kwadwo upon nkroma eye ne injunction and as ne application a onekokopie mu ewo Supreme Court se eye saa legal vacation trials no Supreme Court enye den emfa omfa injunctions ento so na just yen hot trials no abusuan Supreme Court ebo to go enti no case no ehya na case ne ehya no abusuan eye Edu Boahen ne lawyer ye friend Akyea ne ho ahyehye ne papa Kwabena Edu Boahen there according to Black Crustar no or say eye ne last day in court before jail. Na ono de o insist say Kwabena Edu Boahen o twe ne mu kosoro eba from kra na jail no de obekọ akopie mu ewo ho and Akyea eka say ono de cross examination no ontumi enye nti court no en adjourn case no na mo beka ya Akyea eya aso den bi a o ka say court ne pa de legal vacation no onkonkopie mu na okokopie mu okoto endra no ade a esre ne say nanka Akyea pese of finding a way out na court no adjourn case and as of vanish the free court or bet emfifre na say justice abangabunu a oye judge no o manete Akyea say judge no no amfa application bi ama amfa ne document kura amba nka obetumi achochochocho nkomo ewo court o judge ne say masa gina ho na yenye cross examination de behwe emfifra ete Akyea enti no Kwabena Edu Boahen de be bia ne case ne kono judge no o hye judge ne dimina ene ba bia case ne pempen so esibi kona kwa na obekwa akopie mu ewo jail course bibia ni ho a ebe ma judge no ede eye Kwabena Edu Boahen be na fa ne ho aye den edi course ne lawyer krampa ye friend no Akyea no de oyen right now onhu de oye bi ono ankasa ya awe se Edu Boahen ebe ko Black Crustar edi submissions bebre abamome enko na yenkonkoti enseme course na asa na be ko Ghana ha se open computer papa and a laptop papa na we use the Abura periodic computers and accessories se ho na obenya laptop papa na we use the location enya ira kwan o Kumasi Bokrom Estate Eli Fre number na egu screen as yembonra yensem ye ba and the aka ebeto amoso.
Sremsai insists last day in court before Edu Boahen goes to jail. What a powerful statement. What is this? Now, who is the Honorable Justice Dr. Sremsai? He is the Deputy Attorney General and Minister of Justice of the Republic of Ghana. This young man, and he impresses me with every tick and talk of the clock. Hey! He goes to court. Now this is a silent poison. In fact, he is a roaring lion hiding in the cave. When he is unleashed, gently, quietly, but he's a raging storm. I like him. He has jailed wound to me. He's about to jail Edu Boahen, and nothing can save Edu Boahen from going to jail. I told you this about wound to me. Edu Boahen would go to jail. Baumia would drive there in a convoy of V8s and G-Wagons and pay him a visit and give him ice cream and pokey. Jesus have mercy. Hey, you are going to jail. You will go to jail. You. Nothing can save you. And when you read Macbeth, he says, no man ever born of a woman can slay you. And until Dunsinane Castle forest moves all the way into the castle. Can I take it again? Until the Dunsinane forest moves all the way into the castle, you shall remain Macbeth. But at the end of the day, what happened? All those things, yes, they stood true, but Macbeth still went down the drain. You shall go there. One time, he was the most powerful guy in Ghana. He controlled Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He told him, don't move, and he would not move because he was his IT specialist and security capo after Kandapa had failed, running after his libido on social media. Hallelujah. Hey! Come here! Watch this. Now, Boahen at a time was the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He dictated the movement of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He made Nana Addo create a whole new outfit, almost independent of the national security, and put his whiskey in there in the name of the National Signals Bureau. That was where he allegedly inflicted painful autocratic wounds on the spirit of the nation. Hallelujah. Watch this. Hey, he could arrest, capture, kidnap anybody of his choice, as told to us, including an Emirates lady. My brother, my sister. And according to prosecutors, he stole 49.1 million Ghana cedis, translated into the American dollar that you politicians understand better, 7 million American dollars. He stole, using his office, the privilege to serve the nation. He turned himself into Alibaba and the 40 thieves. Hallelujah. At the end of the day, there's a new sheriff in town. There's a very dangerous, deadly guy. A blue suit wearing, gray beard, dangerous guy. His name, my brother, my sister, is Capo. The Tutti Capi. A.K.A. Capore. Raymond Atta. Former journalist turned security capo and investigative capo. They have gone into the forensics. And according to prosecutors, this guy tried to cover his tracks. No, but every day for master. One day for Ewi. Now they are in court. His lawyers have played all manners of jingoisms. All manners. My brother, my sister. And then, when it mattered most, when the prosecutor had the very last witness to come in and talk for the last day, Akyea said, no, we are on legal vacation. We are not going to court. Before we could say Jack, Justice Francis Apangabono Achibunga of the High Court. I love that guy. He said, you know what? There is no law under the sun in Ghana that says that once this matter is in court, we can't touch it. But deep in my spirit, this is personal. I don't feel good sitting on this. Maybe another judge. But as long as I have been handpicked to sit on this, I'll give you some respite. Let the Supreme Court talk about it. On the 20th, the Supreme Court sat on the legal vacation thing and threw Kojopon Nkrumah's nonsense out of the court and relegated him to where he belonged, ignorance. You know what happened next? Hey, they said they were going for a review. It was one judge who sat on it at the Supreme Court. Now they want 3 judges. 3 judges will sit on it. Now, they were in court. And in court, the Honorable, oh yes, Semsai, was there. And he told the judge, Judge, with all love and respect, as you have said, there's actually no law under the sun in Ghana that prohibits you from sitting on this, even though it's at the Supreme Court. We've gone to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has thrown it away, though it was one judge. I think we should sit because we have just the last day And he ended there. In his head, he probably continued before this guy will go to jail. Akyea doesn't like the last day. He has done all his gymnastics. He's now caught between a hard place and the devil. These are people who dine with the devil. But even on this occasion, he's scared of meeting the devil. So he's asking for the court to sit and wait until September 2, my birthday, the day I'll be 52 years young, for them to have the ruling before they go back to sit in court. My brother, my sister, hey, what did Justice Francis Apangabuno Achibunga say? What did he say? You know what he said? He said, no, sir. We are going to sit on this case. We are giving the Supreme Court the opportunity to rule. One man ruling on it is still valid and powerful. That is what we're going to do. But over the weekend, something interesting happened. Hey, Marietta Brew, who is now a special legal advisor to the President of the Republic. Special. She was an attorney general in her days. I love that woman. She was the one who fought for us to be able to win some nice stretch of land containing oil from the Ivory Coast. I respect her for that. Marietta Brew is a lady. I truly love her. My brother, my sister, she was there. Julius Deborah was also there with his shiny Socorro head. My brother, my sister, quietly. And then Justice Semsai was also seated there wearing his fugu. You know what happened? Addo Boahen also arrived there. It was a funeral. Ha! Look at Addo Boahen. Courtesy Hina Lens. Grab this. Look at it. Joseph Amponsa, the funeral. Look at Semsai. Look at the man who is soon going to jail to join, what's his name? Chairman Wuntumi. Look at him. He's all gray. Pressure. Then he pulls Semsai off his chair and then he's telling Semsai, hey, what's up? But how far? You know, like that. Maybe Semsai just held himself back. He would have mentioned into his ears, we shall visit you at Nsawam very soon. This guy, my brother, my sister, has inflicted a lot of pain and nobody should have sympathy for him if what prosecutors are saying is true. Look at him. You can see confusion written all over him. He has grayed all of a sudden. My brother, Akyea would applaud whilst this guy goes to jail. Akyea chose to go to England or whatever country it was for his daughter's graduation over the decision-making of the court. My brother, my sister, when Wuntumi was in there, he can repeat the same thing for this gentleman. I can tell you one thing, you will go to jail. Can I tell you a second thing? Baumia will come there in a fleet of cars and visit you. What did Akyea say in court? When he arrived in court, and the judge, the learned one, said he would sit on the case. You know what he said? Watch this.
Hazel,
yes, sir.
as I'm missing about 2 sittings, having earlier indicated they are not going to participate in the hearing during the legal vacation, you finally showed up today, and your attempt to get the case to be halted pending the determination of Kudropon Nkrumah's review of the injunction was also dismissed. Tell us your overview of what you felt today.
It's very unfortunate that the judge now makes a detour that he will not abide by the repeat application for injunction. Earlier on, he adjourned proceedings when the application for injunction was filed. Now he's turning around to say that he will not abide by the fact that the three judges should determine the injunction by reversing what single judge did. Was strange to me. The pain of what is this case is that he wants my client to cross-examine the witness. My client is not trained to do that, and I don't want to be seen also to be defying his orders. So that is what has happened. But I believe that it's unfortunate. I thought the judge will respect the fact that the three judges should determine the injunction, which was restraining him from continuing with the case. He didn't do that.
So in simple terms, does that mean that the decision of the Supreme Court compelled you to come to court today?
In fact, it was a decision of the Supreme Court coupled with the fact that Honorable Kojo Nkrumah has repeated his motion before the three judges, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. And that is what I wanted to do. And if you saw what happened, I brought it to his attention that, my Lord, although the first one has been dismissed, there's a repeat application restraining you from continuing with the case. I said, no, you will not respect that.
That's a response being given to you by these witnesses.
Come here. Now, you see, Akyea is so good at manipulating things like this. He said the judge said he will not respect the order of the Supreme Court. Did the Supreme Court really say, don't sit on the thing until we decide? No. The judge, Justice Apangabuno Achibunga, has made it clear that there is no law that says that once this is at the Supreme Court, I cannot sit on this. But my own personal conviction tells me that I should stay away till the Supreme Court rules on that. And the Supreme Court ruled. And he goes back to court. You also go back to the same Supreme Court. Now you want 3 judges. The next one will be 5 judges. Then they will go again and say they want 7 judges. They will go again and say they want 9 judges, 11 judges. Until Jesus Christ comes, they will continue looking for judges. Now, the only people who will rule against what this first man has ruled will probably be Lucifer, Justice Lucifer. My brother, my sister, now they are going to sit on the case. Kwabena Boahen will go to jail. My excitement is in the fact that crime, corruption are being punished in this country right now. That's it. Nothing more. My brother, my sister, if this was somebody from the north, my guy sitting in the north would want me to keep quiet because he's from the north. If this guy here was from the Ewe land, my guys in the Ewe land would want me to keep quiet because it's an Ewe. If this guy was somebody from Fante, my Fante people will say, oh, my uncle. Everybody has a relation in every ethnic group in Ghana. If we continue protecting ethnicity rather than the sovereignty of our nation, we will end up amassing thieves, criminals in our country. That is what we have to know. Politicians are covering their own, and Ghana continues to suffer. Addo Boahen will go to jail. That I know. Addo Boahen will go to jail looking at what the prosecutors have. And it's in my prayer every day that, Lord, let justice be delivered. That's all I pray for. Not let Addo Boahen go to jail. No. Let justice be delivered. And from where I sit, I see justice as this guy going to jail. May God answer the prayer. It's the black pot. aka Kukushu. And here we speak truth to power.
So abusuya we ne ensema ekọ so e political highway ne so eye kwabena edubuan ne lawyer Akyea na brebre okopie mu court no ya amana amfa na ho and ye bedamase samoje pene kokoti sa ensem we edema aha gossip politics TV so